Good evening, Nickel Tribe. This is
Reno.
And this is
Ella.
Welcome, Nickel Tribe and Bixby families. Today we're going to be reading an informational text about amphibians, otherwise known as
A frog.
frogs, toads, newts, and salamanders. They belong to a group of animals called amphibians. They spend most of their lives on land and part in water, but amphibians don't live in the sea. Amphibians go back to water when it is time to lay their eggs. Females may lay their eggs in or near a pond or stream. Most frogs and toads lay 1,000 to 20,000 eggs. These large clusters of eggs are called spawn. We're going to read this little thing here. It's called a caption. You have the picture, and underneath it is a caption. It tells you what the picture's about. Tree frogs have round suckers at the end of their toes. These help them to grip trunks, branches, and even shiny leaves. This is a picture of another frog. The caption says, large North American bullfrogs can grow up to 8 inches long. This bullfrog has caught an earthworm, but they eat much larger prey too. A big bullfrog might even catch a mouse or even a small snake. Okay, down here it looks like we have something like a diagram. So the first thing it talks about is frog eggs or spawn, and then it comes into a swimming tadpole, then froglet with legs, the frog life cycle. A frog's eggs hatch into tadpoles in the water, just like this one. The tadpoles grow legs and turn into froglets. Finally, the young frogs can leave the water and hop out onto land, and that's where you see this small frog. All right, let's read this next caption. This one here. This smooth-skinned giant salamander lives in the rivers, lakes, and cool, damp forests of western USA. It can grow to 12 inches long. That's a ruler, you guys. Most salamanders are silent, but this one can make a low-pitched cry. Ooh, let's read this one here. Look at this one. He kind of looks like the guy from Ghostbusters. What are mouth-brooders? A male mouth-brooding frog can gather up to 15 eggs with its tongue and put them in its mouth. But it doesn't eat the eggs. It keeps them in its vocal sac to turn into tadpoles. When the froglets are ready, they jump out. Ooh, they jump out of his mouth. All right, let's read this one. Ooh, that's a pretty frog. That one's called an arrow poison frog of South America, and they are very dangerous and poisonous. Females lay up to 6 eggs on land. When they hatch, the male carries the tadpoles on his back to a tree hold filled with water or to a water plant so that they could begin life in water. Toads. Toads usually have a rougher, bumpier skin than frogs, which is often covered with warts. Ew. Toads usually live in drier places. They have wide bodies and shorter, less powerful legs, which means they are not such good jumpers. Frogs. Frogs have long back legs. Look at those back legs, you guys. These are good for swimming. Good job covering your mouth while you're coughing, Reno. These are good for swimming, and we copy their action when we swim the breaststroke. These powerful legs are also useful for jumping on land. Common frogs can leap about 2 feet, and South African sharp-nosed frogs can jump over 10 feet. That's crazy. These are some new words that we learned today, you guys. One of them was a froglet. It's a young frog that develops from a tadpole. The next one is called a spawn. This one is the mass of eggs produced by amphibians. Tadpole, the young frog or toad that develops from an egg and lives in water. Vocal sac. It's the loose folds of a skin in a male frog that can fill with air to make a noise. Wow, we learned a lot about amphibians tonight, didn't we?
Yeah.
Good night, Bixby family. See you soon.
Bye.